Hello, welcome to the first lesson in Masterclass in Algebra for JSS1 to SS3 students. Our topic is Introduction to Algebra. By the end of the lesson, students should be able to define algebra. Students should be able to identify variables and constants. Students should be able to write algebraic expressions. Students should be able to translate English statements to algebraic expressions. And lastly, students should be able to evaluate algebraic expressions by the end of the lesson. Let's dive into the lesson proper. What is algebra? Algebra is a branch of mathematics that uses letters and symbols to represent numbers. So in algebra, you see expressions that contains letters or symbols. Now these letters and symbols are used to represent numbers. So in algebra, the letters are referred to as variable. A variable is anything that changes value, that does not have a constant value. So these letters and symbols in algebra, they change their values. So that's why they are referred to as variables. So a variable in an algebraic expression, I said previously that they represent numbers. Now, in other words, the variables, numbers can be used to replace variables in algebraic expression. Now let's look at an example. If x is equal to 5, find the value of x plus 3. Now because the value of x is a variable, because the value of x is equal to 5, now in this expression here, x plus 3, we're going to use 5 to replace x. Now if we do that, x plus 3 is going to be equal to 5 plus 3, which is equal to 8. Let's look at this example. If y is equal to 10, find the value of y minus 7. Now, y is a variable, and the value of the variable y is equal to 10. So in this expression, we are going to use 10 to replace y. Therefore, y minus 7 is equal to 10 minus 7, which is equal to 3. These are the key terms that you will come across in any algebraic expression. Number one, a variable. A variable is a part of an algebraic expression. A variable is a part of an algebraic expression. So, and a variable is a letter representing an unknown number. So when you see a letter when you see a letter in an algebraic expression, that letter is a variable. It represents an unknown number. Example of variable: letters like x, y, m, n, o. In any algebraic expression, they represent unknown numbers. Another key term that you will see in algebraic expression is constant. A constant is a fixed numerical value. So it's a number that stands alone in an algebraic expression. For example, 5, 12, minus 9, and 10. Then a coefficient. A coefficient is the number that multiplies a variable. So when you have something like 10y or 5m, this number that multiplies this letter is called a coefficient. So the number that multiplies a variable in an algebraic expression is a coefficient. Example 5x. The coefficient in 5x is an algebraic expression. The coefficient in 5x is 5, while the variable is x. An algebraic expression is a mathematical statement containing variables. A mathematical expression that contains variables and that also contains numbers. So a mathematical expression that contains variables and numbers are referred to as algebraic expressions. Examples are 3x plus 5. The variable in 3x plus 5 is x. And these are the numbers. And we know that any number that multiplies a variable is a coefficient, while a number that stands alone in an algebraic expression is a constant. So in this algebraic expression, 5 is a constant, x is a variable, and 3 is a coefficient. In the second example, 4a minus 7 is also an algebraic expression. The letter a is a variable. 4, the number that multiplies a, is a coefficient, while 7, the number that stands alone, is a constant. In the third algebraic expression, 2m plus 8n is an algebraic expression as well, because it is a mathematical statement containing variables and numbers. So 2 is a coefficient, m is a variable, 8 is a coefficient, and n is a variable. In this algebraic expression, there is no constant, because there is no number that stands alone. Now let's add a constant. Let's say minus 7. So because minus 7 stands alone, it is not multiplying any letter. It is referred to as a constant. 8 is multiplying the letter n. 8 is a coefficient, while n is a variable. 2 is multiplying the letter m. 2 is a coefficient, m is a variable. The expression, the mathematical expression, is an algebraic expression. Why is it an algebraic expression? Because it contains variables and numbers. A mathematical statement that contains an equal sign. This is an equal sign. So a mathematical statement that contains an equal sign is referred to as an equation. So let's generalize the statement. So any mathematical statement that contains an equal sign is an equation. But in this case, we are learning about algebra. So any algebraic expression that contains an equal sign is referred to as an algebraic equation. Example, x plus 4 is equal to 9 is an algebraic equation. It is different from an algebraic expression. X plus 4 is an algebraic expression. 5x is an algebraic expression because it is a mathematical statement that contains a letter and a number. But a mathematical expression that contains an equal sign is no longer just an algebraic expression. It is now an algebraic equation because of the equal sign. So, and what does the equal sign mean? The equal sign means that this value here, x plus 4, is equal to this value here, 9. So, what value or what number can we add to 4 to make 4 to be equal to 9? The value is 5. So, if we add 5 to 4, the value is 9. So, x plus 4 is equal to 9 is an algebraic equation. It means that the expression on the left side of the equation is also equal to the expression on the right side of the equation. Look at this other example. 2y is equal to 8. 2y is an algebraic expression because it is an expression that contains a number and a letter, and the letter is a variable. So because it has an equal sign, it is now an algebraic equation. And what does it mean? It means that this value here, 2y, which is on the left side of the equation, is equal to the value 8, which is on the right side of the equation. So how do you equate the equation? So if we look for a value that will multiply by 2 to equal 8, then the equation is true. And what is that number? 4. So 2 multiplied by 4 is equal to 8. So 2y is equal to 8. It's an algebraic equation. It means the expression on the left is equal to the expression on the right. So now that we understand the meaning of an algebraic expression and the meaning of an algebraic equation, let's look at types of algebraic expressions. Types of algebraic expressions. So number one, we have a monomial. Monomial is an example of an algebraic expression. Now, it is an algebraic expression that contains one term. For example, example 7x is a monomial. It contains just one term. 7 multiplied by x. 5x squared is a monomial. And the value 9 is also a monomial. 9 is a constant. So an algebraic expression that contains one term or single term is referred to as a monomial algebraic expression. Number 2, binomial. Binomial, as the word implies, bi means 2. So an algebraic expression that contains 2 terms is referred to as a binomial. Example, so when we have 3x plus a number, let's say plus 2. This is a binomial because it contains 2 terms, 3x and 2. Then 7a minus 5 is also a binomial. 2 terms, 7a and 5. So a monomial contains one term, or what you can call a single term, while a binomial contains 2 terms, or 2 terms rather. Number 3, trinomial. A trinomial is an algebraic expression that contains 3 terms. 3 terms. So as the word implies, tri means 3. So trinomial is an algebraic expression containing 3 terms. Example, x squared plus 3x plus a number, let's say 12. This is a trinomial because it contains 3 terms, x squared, 3x, and 12. Now the fourth type of algebraic expression that we are going to look at is polynomial. Polynomial. As the word implies, poly means plenty or many, right? So many terms. So an algebraic expression that contains many terms is referred to as a polynomial. Example, when you have x squared or rather x raised to the power 4 plus 2x raised to the power 3 plus x squared plus 7x minus a number, let's say 9. This is a polynomial because it contains, how many terms are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 terms. So it's an example of a polynomial. So let's look at this subtopic, translating English language into algebra. So example, 5 more than x. 5 more than x is an English statement. Now let's convert it or translate it into an algebraic expression. 5 more than x. So this is the value of 5. More than x is going to be, or let's say, x plus 5. So 5 more than x. This is the mathematical expression. X plus 5 is 5 more than x. Okay? Number 2. 7 less than 1. 7 less than 1 can be mathematically expressed as y minus 7. 7 less than y is y minus 7. 3 times a number, number 3. 3 times a number. 3 times an unknown number. So let the unknown number be x. So 3 times x. This is the mathematical expression. 3 times a number is equal to 3x. Number 4. Half of a number. Half of a number. Half of an unknown number. We don't know the number. Half of a number. We don't know the number, therefore the number is an unknown number. So let the number be y. Half of y is y multiplied by 1 over 2, which is the same thing as y over 2. Well, let me write it here. Y over 2. So half of y is y over 2. Number 5. The sum of P and Q. The sum of P and Q. The sum of P and Q. What is sum? Sum means addition. Sum is addition. And what is the symbol for addition? The symbol for addition is plus. So the sum of P and Q is equal to P plus Q. Number 6. The product of M and 8. The product of M and 8. What is the meaning of product? When you come across the word product in mathematics, what does it mean? Product means multiplication. Product is multiplication. And what is the symbol for multiplication? The symbol for multiplication is, that's the symbol for multiplication. Therefore, the product of M and 8 is M multiplied by 8, which is the same thing as 8M. Or we can say 8 multiplied by m, which is the same thing as 8m, whichever way you put it. The value is still going to be 8 multiplied by m. Let's look at some worked examples. Question number 1, or example 1. The question says, write an expression for twice a number plus 6. Now this question is a word problem. It's a case where you have to convert or translate an English expression into an algebraic expression. So you have write an expression for twice a number plus 6. Solution. Twice a number, we don't know the number. Twice a number, we don't know the number. So the number is an unknown number. So let the number be equal to, let's call it m. So let's represent the number with the letter m. So write an expression for twice a number. Twice a number means twice. What's the meaning of twice? Twice is 2. So twice an unknown number. That means 2 multiplied by the unknown number, which is m. And that is going to give us 2m. Last part of the question says plus 6. So write an expression for twice a number plus 6. So twice a number, we know it is 2m. Plus 6 is going to be the plus sign plus the constant 6. 6 is a constant because it stands alone. It's not multiplying any number. So this is an algebraic expression. 2m plus 6. Remember, it is not an equation. Now, why is it not an equation? Why is this expression not an equation? Now, it is not an equation because it does not contain an equal to sign. It does not contain an equal to sign. Therefore, it is not an algebraic equation. It is an algebraic expression. Work example 2. Now let's do this together. Evaluate 3x plus 4. 3x plus 4 is an algebraic expression. Evaluate 3x plus 4 when x is equal to 5. So what does that mean? So when the value of x, when the value of the variable x is equal to 5, evaluate 3x plus 4. In other words, find the value of 3x plus 4 when the x is 5. So what are we going to do? Solution. The expression is 3x plus 4. So what do we do? How do we find the value of 3x plus 4? To get the value of 3x plus 4, we are going to replace x with the value 5. So we are going to put 5 in place of x in this algebraic expression. Now in mathematics, that is called substitution. So we are going to substitute the value of 5 in place of x. Therefore, the expression becomes 3 multiplied by 5 plus 4. 3 multiplied by 5 is 15 plus 4, which is equal to 19. Therefore, when 3x plus 4 is evaluated, the value is equal to 19. Let's look at worked example 3. The question says, evaluate 2a raised to the power 2 plus 3. To evaluate means we should find the value of 2a raised to the power 2a squared plus 3. We have to evaluate 2a squared plus 3. That means we have to find the value of 2a squared plus 3 when a is 4. Solution. So we'll do the same thing we did in the previous example, example 2. We use substitution to find the value of 2a squared plus 3. Therefore, 2a squared plus 3 is the expression. And if we substitute the value of 4 in place of a, we're going to have 2 multiplied by 4 raised to the power 2 plus 3. And this expression is equal to 2 multiplied by 16 plus 3. 2 multiplied by 16 is 32 plus 3. Therefore, the value is 35. We have come to the end of lesson 1, titled Introduction to Algebra, in the Masterclass in Algebra for JSS1 to SS3. And this is your homework assignment. There are about 6 questions here. The first question says, evaluate 4x plus 3 when x is 9. Second question, 6a minus 8. Evaluate 6a minus 8 when a is 5. Evaluate 5n plus 2 when n is 12. Question number 2, translate into algebra a number increased by 15. B, 3 times a number decreased by 7. C, half of a number plus 9. Question number 3. State whether each is a monomial, a binomial, or a trinomial. A, 5x. B, x plus 6. C, x squared plus 3x plus 2. Define algebra. Question number 4. Define algebra. Question number 5. State the difference between variables and a constant. Question number 6. Identify the coefficient in 8x, 12y, and 13m. After answering the homework assignment, send the answers to my WhatsApp number. The number is 070 700 6845 plus 243, or rather plus 234 plus 234 70 700 6845. So send the answers to the homework assignment to this WhatsApp number. The YouTube link in Netview Academy WhatsApp group is going to take you to YouTube, where you will see this video on lesson 1, Masterclass in Algebra for JSS1 to SS3. Now, kindly help me to like the video, share the video, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I will see you in the next lesson.